Welcome back. It is Wednesday, January 10th in the NBA. My three best bets are on the way. Let's recap yesterday. A winning day for us. 3-2. Let's talk about it. We had Emmanuel Quickley's over in PRAs, Scotty Barnes over in points, and Marcus Smart's over 14.5 points. Our three winners of the day. We certainly will take it. All get it done rather easily. Our two losers, Anthony Simons, Blazers got blown out. Not going to really blame a blowout because he didn't play well. And that Kings and Pistons same game parlay, the one leg that lost was Sabonis' under. He went absolutely nuts. Now, before I dive into the picks today, I do want to note, very, very good chance I add a play or two in the pinned comment. I say that because today we got a big slate, and I also say that because as I record this video, it is 3:20 a.m. I have a 6 a.m. flight to Chicago, so I'm getting this video out early. I wanted to put my three favorite picks of the day in this video, but there's a very good chance I add a couple picks once I land in Chicago around 8 or 9 a.m. So I'm going to be looking at the slate. If you do have a pick you really like, let me know in the comments down below. And heck, we might even tail one of you guys. So let me know in the comments your favorite pick of the day, and I'll check them out when I land in Chicago. Maybe we'll add it to the card. As always, I'll add a couple plays in that pinned comment, so definitely check it out. I'll put you'll be able to tell when I add them. I'll try to add them probably by around lunchtime though. But let's dive into the picks today. As a reminder, like I said, I'm going to be at the Rockets in Bulls game tonight. So if you do end up going there, I have no idea where my tickets are because I believe DubClub is hosting me. I have no idea, but either way, we're going to be in at the Rockets and Bulls game. If you are there, let me know, and I'd love to meet some of you guys. And a reminder, BetMGM still has a great offer right now. Bet $5, you get $158 in bonus bets. It doesn't just have to be on the big game; it can be on any sport. All you got to do is sign up, top link in description, bet $5 on anything, and you get $158 in bonus bets. Take advantage of that offer on BetMGM. But you guys came here for some NBA picks. I'm going to dive into my first three picks of the day. But like I said, a couple in the pinned comment. Check that out. I'll post those later on today. First one's going to be a guy that's made us some money a few days ago. It's Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics over 28.5 points plus rebounds minus 115 on Bet365. Now, I apologize in advance. I won't have the little notes and stuff with a bunch of my stats that I bring up in this video. So I'm trying to get it out early because then I got to go pack and get to the airport. But let's just listen in, and you're going to hear exactly why I like Jaylen Brown's over in points plus rebounds. Now, you could take the PRA line, but I never like counting on Jaylen Brown to get assists. Let's be honest. That's not really his game. But the Celtics are at home tonight taking on the Timberwolves. Now, it is worth noting, Celtics play tomorrow in Milwaukee, so they're on the first leg of a back-to-back. And we've seen this season, when they're on back-to-back, sometimes they rest guys in the first game, sometimes in the second game. Would not surprise me if they rest a guy here. We see right now, Drew Holiday, Al Horford, and Kristaps Porzingis all on the injury report. Now, obviously, you can pick and choose the games you want to win against, but I would argue this game means a lot less to them than a game against the Bucks, given that, you got the Bucks in terms of tiebreakers at the end of the season. If they're with the same record, they'd much rather win tomorrow's game than they would rather win today's game. So don't be surprised if a couple guys get rested, which is why we're locking in Jaylen Brown early. But let's talk about Jaylen Brown, who is going up against Anthony Edwards. And I don't necessarily know if there's a rivalry there, but I think there is, because these are two guys both from Atlanta, both play the same exact position. And I think they take it a little bit more seriously when they go up against each other. You don't believe me? All 5 career games versus Anthony Edwards. Jaylen Brown, 33, 45, 31, or 43. Here, let me start over. 33, 45, 43, 41, and 31 points plus rebounds. Going over this line in all 5 career games versus Anthony Edwards. That included earlier this season. He's also over this line in 7 straight versus the Timberwolves. Now, obviously, Timberwolves, very good defense. No one's hiding from that. However, really hasn't mattered for Jaylen Brown. He's going to be a guy that's going to go out there and shoot the basketball, and they're going to have Jaden McDaniels, their best perimeter defender, on Jason Tatum. So I think Jaylen Brown, maybe we'll see him deferred to a little bit more today. And I really do think he's going to get the field goal attempts today. Been playing pretty well recently, coming off 2 games of 35 and 45 points plus rebounds. Granted, it was against the Pacers, so, take it what you want. But still, Brown averaging 28.2 points plus rebounds on the season, over this line in 8 of his last 11. I think he gets back to the 18 to 20 field goal attempts. I would love if Kristaps Porzingis is out, because obviously Kristaps is that guy with higher usage. But either way, I really do think Jaylen Brown's in for another big day. We'll take his over in points plus rebounds, 28.5. I was hoping we would get like a 27.5, but he's been really good recently, so don't blame them for having it at 28.5. Obviously, we could get some good luck on the injury news today, which could see this line bump up a little bit more. So I would play it at 29.5, but there is a chance that if those guys all get ruled in, this line could drop down to like 27.5. So obviously, you're playing with a little bit of fire, trying to predict an injury report in the NBA, but I still think Jaylen Brown has a pretty good game game. Give me his over 28.5 points plus rebounds. If he doesn't come through tonight, well, I'll see him tomorrow because I'm at that Bucks Celtics game in Milwaukee. Now, my second pick is going to be argued. I would say my second pick is my best bet of the day. Still, all the three picks today are going to have one unit on them. However, I really like this one a tad more than the other two, but I still am going to play them for all the same. It's Mr. Lowry Markin of the Utah Jazz over 21.5 points, minus 118 on FanDuel. Now, Markkinen's had an up and down season so far, and that's kind of been the Jazz's the MMO of this season. They look really good some games, and they look terrible other games. You're like, what the heck is this team? Back at home, I really like Markin to step up against the Denver Nuggets. Welcome back, the NBA champs, and they're going to give him a good shot. And I was really close. If you're looking at the Lowry Markin lines when this video drops, if you're looking at a 22.5 line or a 30.5 PRAs, definitely go to the PRAs before you take the points at 22.5. I was going to take the PRAs. I just rather the points because I think if Markkinen's going to go over, probably needs to hit 22 plus points, but PRAs was almost, I almost took that. But let's talk about Markin, who is averaging 23.5 points per game this season. Now, he is over this line in 16 of 28 games played, 57% of the time. 8 of his 12 unders came when he saw less than 30 minutes. Now, obviously, I cannot predict if 1, this game is close, 2, Markinen stays out of foul trouble, and 3, he plays minutes. I can't guarantee that. I'm not Greg Hardy, or not Greg Hardy, whatever the first name. I know the last name is Hardy. Greg Hardy's the boxer, but no, boxer turned NFL turned, you know what I mean. Either way, I think he's going to play a lot of minutes tonight. He obviously had a minutes restriction earlier this season, but you look at him, he's played 35 and 32 minutes in their last 2 games, and I think this game's close. And you've seen Utah play pretty well at home. We've seen in Lowry's last 4 games versus Denver, he has scored 31, 17, 17, and 27 points. The 27 came this season, one of their first games of the season back in October. Now, the other 17-point games, you look at them, one of them, his first ever game playing with the Utah Jazz. Of course, he's probably not going to have a big game. It's his first game playing with them. That was last season. And then the other one was a game he played only like 26 minutes. Both 2 games that I kind of see as more of an anomaly more than anything. Markinen is kind of their number 1 guy on this offense. So they're going to have to score points to keep up with Denver. Obviously, very good offensive team. And the Jazz don't play a whole lot of defense. They're going to struggle to stop Jokic and Jamal Murray in that, offensive attack. And we look at the Bucks. I'm kind of looking at Lowry's other lines. We look at his over 2.5 3-pointers. It's minus 210 or worse on most sportsbook. His line's actually 3.5. Now, if you look at this season, we're kind of trying to see what they're dropping and kind of taking their breadcrumbs. This season, when Lowry has hit 3 or more threes, which, like I said, they got that at minus 200, which he's done in 18 of 28 games. In those 18 games, he hit this over in 22 points in 14 of them. So, if he's knocking down 3 threes, that's already 9 points, and they're pretty confident he does that. I think he gets a lot of opportunities here, and look, I'm going to take my chances with Markin and being able to score 22 points for us. I really think this is a great matchup for him. Should see a lot of minutes. Also coming off a game where he did shoot only 5 for 15, 33% from the field, much lower than he normally does, normally around 50% from the field. So, like I said, great bounce back spot here, back at home against the Nuggets. Look, I think he steps up. Maybe he has a little bit of thing against, Nikola Jokic. I don't know if these European guys have anything against each other, but maybe they want to step up, be the best foreign player in the NBA. I don't know. I don't care. Lowry Markin, my second pick of the day. Give me his over 21.5 points. Like I said, love his PRA line too. I went with points, but I think PRAs is really good too. Wouldn't be surprised if other people are going to be on the PRAs. Now, my third play of the day is actually going to go to the game that I will be attending today. But as a reminder, very, very, very good chance. I'm not going to say 100%. 99% chance I add at least a play or 2 in the pinned comment. So this is not my third and final play of the day, third and final play of the video, but there's going to be some plays in the pinned comment later on today. Like I said, I'm going to try to get them out by around lunchtime, so you got plenty of time to enter them. But like I said, going to this game, Bulls and Rockets, and I'm actually taking a Rocket. I'm taking Jabari Smith Jr. of the Houston Rockets over 13.5 points, plus 100 on PointsBet. Now, some people have dabbled in the Jabari Smith Jr. props. I have not been one of those this season. However, I'm here for the first time. So let's talk about why I like Jabari Smith Jr. on a Wednesday night against the Chicago Bulls. Now, the Rockets are a very shorthanded team. This is not going to be a very high-scoring game. Kind of not getting, I'm not going to get treated to like a 250-plus game. If that happens, then Jabari Smith Jr. probably is like 100 points. Not really, but this is going to be a slower-paced game. But I like Jabari Smith Jr.'s matchup, and he's going to play a lot of minutes. The Rockets, like I said, shorthanded. Tari Eason and Dillon Brooks both out. Now, Brooks, obviously, he's going to play his minutes and get his usage, but Eason is actually a big guy off their bench that is a very good defensive wing. He actually was taking some of Jabari Smith Jr.'s minutes. Now that he's out, we've seen Jabari Smith Jr. play a lot of minutes. And in the last 7 games with Eason out, 4 of them were the last 4 games, but last 7, you look at Jabari, 17, 34, 21, 7, 16, 14, and 10 points. Going over this line, 5 of those 7 games, and he played 31 or more minutes in all 7. Now, if you look at the last 4 games, all of which we've seen Dillon Brooks and Eason both out. In those games, Jabari, 32 or more minutes, all 4. In those 4 games, you look at the Jabari Smith Jr.'s field goal attempts plus free throw attempts, he's attempted those combined 10, 15, 13, and 16. So this is a guy getting a combined free throw attempts and field goal attempts at nearly this line. And we're just asking him to shoot efficiently today. I love the volume, and he doesn't have to shoot, 60% from the field to go over this. If he shoots like 40 to 50%, probably goes over. And this is a wonderful matchup for him. They face the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls, we've talked with them before. What do the Bulls do? They pack the paint, do not give up a lot of points in the paint, but in turn, they give up the most catch and shoot threes in the NBA. So you look at a guy like Jabari Smith Jr., he's not breaking down people, crossing over people, pulling up from three. No, he's doing a lot of catch and shoot threes. Heck, he's the second guy on this team in catch and shoot threes. The number one guy is Fred VanVleet, who's probably going to have Alex Caruso or one of the Bulls defensive guards on him. Bulls very good at limiting opposing power point guards. So I don't see a big game coming from VanVleet. Jalen Green sucks on the road, and Alperen Sengun's going to have to go up against that Bulls defense, which packs the paint. I think we see a lot of field goal attempts go to Jabari Smith Jr., and I think we just are asking him to knock him down. In his 2 career games versus Chicago, both last season, he scored 20 and 13 points, but attempted 14 shots in both of those 2 games. Look, obviously, this is a second-year guy, so obviously coming in here with a little bit more experience than he had in his rookie season, but playing a good amount of minutes, going to be out there a ton, and I think he has a lot of opportunities tonight. I'm not saying Jabari Smith Jr. is the best player in the NBA, but he can easily score 14 points in a great matchup against the Bulls, who give up a ton of catch-and-shoot threes. That's Jabari Smith Jr.'s game. So I really like his over 13.5 points. If he's slow, if he struggles at the gate, don't worry, I got our back. I'll be chirping him from the sidelines and yelling at him from, I don't know where I'm going to be sitting in the stadium, but it doesn't matter. He'll be able to hear me. Not really, but either way, I really do think Jabari Smith Jr. is in for a good matchup. Let's just hope he knocks down some shots. If he makes his first 1 or 2 shots, he'll keep firing it up. He's just kind of a guy that he needs a little bit of confidence, and he's coming off a bad game. So he's actually didn't shoot well last game, like 3 for 13. Should come out here and shoot a little bit better than that. So give me his over 13.5 points plus 100. Would not take it at 14.5, but I would play that up to about minus 130. But those are my 3 favorite picks of the day in this video. Reminder, pin comment. Check out the pin comment. I'll be posting this video around 8 a.m. Eastern time. I'll try to add some plays within a few hours of the video going live, so definitely check that out. Obviously, I'll tweet them out, and I will send them to the people on DubClub too. You guys have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Check that pin comment for some added plays. If you want to sign up for BetMGM, get those $158 in bonus bets. Take advantage. Details in the description. Sign up, use our code or use our link, and you'll be A-OK. You guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Check that pin comment for some added plays. Let's dominate. And if I see you in Chicago, awesome. If I see you in Milwaukee tomorrow, awesome. If I see you in Minneapolis for the next remainder of the week, awesome too. The next few videos will be a little bit different in a change of scenery, but I'll still keep grinding out the content for you all because I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's Austin signing out. See you guys in the next one. Peace.